witches.
Hi, hello. Welcome back. You ever just do something and then you just like, all right, I'm doing this, and then you just don't know when to stop, and then you just continue on with what you're doing. That's exactly what happened.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm just gonna say it, and then I'll make sure she's ready before I hit the record button. I was like, no, here we go. Uh,
Thankfully, I was in fact ready.
Good. Anyways, so today we're gonna be talking about divination tools. So there was a podcast that we were going to be kind of not pairing up with, but like doing a few blog post stuff for them. And this was one of them. We never got published. I also don't think they're active anymore.
I don't think so either. If you go to their website, nothing has been posted since like 2022.
Yeah, and their like last podcast episode was literally like last summer, right when
Yeah.
we were talking to them. And their like social medias are like not active. Like
Yeah.
they're still up. But anyway, so that, I mean, I'm not saying like they just like completely blew us off, but I just don't think they're active anymore. But anyway, so we're going to put our hard work to good use, and we're going to talk about it. Okay. So anyways, so with witchcraft, a lot of people are like, man, what, like cauldrons and like, spooky things, voodoo dolls, potions, poisons, you name it.
Curses, hexes.
Yeah, black cats actually. Um but also witches are known for divination. So I like read something somewhere where people were like, who are like, they believe that witches are people who were like seers. So like the Oracle of Delphi, like she would be considered a witch kind of thing, like
Okay.
using various things of divination to like see the future, see the past, or whatever the kind of thing. Some people say that like, I think it was like, remember when I said that witches used to be, or like the black hats came from like people who were like, hey, come get your beer. And they wore the really tall hats at like
Oh
markets
yeah.
so people could find them, so like they can get their like ale or whatever. So I think it's kind of something along those lines, like why witchcraft, like some people believe witchcraft, and like how divination tools are like all like, come together for that. So that, I mean, I read that, I thought that was pretty cool. But so there's kind of a lot of different methods and beliefs for divining the future. So we're going to discuss a small portion of them. We can get into it later on. We can make it like a small TikTok series whenever, mental health gets a lot better. Mental health and workplaces get a lot better. Um just, life things makes it really difficult, and because we're full-time workers, so it's really hard to.
Yeah, as much as we wish this was our full-time job, it is not.
Yeah, we're full-time workers. We have other things we got to do. We have partners. We got other life responsibilities on top of that. Which, speaking of life responsibilities, my rent went up.
Ew.
Like, what the fuck? Okay.
That's one
So,
nice thing about
anyways,
not renting, I guess.
yeah, I mean, I guess your house property taxes could go. You know what?
Taxes, yeah, but
America. Yeah, America. Everything's just,
America.
I don't know. But anyways, so today we're gonna cover tarot, palmistry, rune reading, numerology, and pendulums. So apparently Brandy wrote this, so she did, she did everything but I'm gonna put, I'm not gonna say I did any of this because I didn't. Um She just did an episode already for the month, so this is mine. But
Go
apparently
ahead,
Brandy
tell
was
him. We didn't realize that I wrote it. We thought you wrote it.
yeah, that's so true though. But then I was like, oh wait, no, I was actively working on a different one. This
And
one
then
was
we were looking
complete.
at the post, and all
I
the
was like,
photos were of my things. Like it was my tarot cards, my pendulum. What the
yeah, and I
fuck?
was like, wait, did you like add these in later on? Because I knew I was working on one and I hadn't finished it. But then when I was looking at this, I was like, this looks finished. It's because this is the one that we sent in. It was never published, and I was actively working on another blog post asking if they wanted it, and that's where we lost communication. So that's where I was like really confused. But anyways, so Brandy was a skeptic because like when you watch like shows like Teresa Caputo, you're just like that can't be real. First of all, it's on TLC.
Yeah.
That can't be real. And then you always hear about like, oh, that's a fake person, like they was faked, like we found out it was debunked kind of thing. So it makes you really skeptical. It makes it really hard to believe in a lot of these things. Like I guess until you go to like a small time, not like somebody who has a huge show, but like you go to like a fair or something like that that actually have these people there that like either do it for fun or do it for like a small amount of money. I feel like those are more believable. Some people are like, "Oh, they're not paying enough for like their services. This is cheap shit." And I'm like, "What? Do you not realize what you're saying here? Like,
Like
do you want
you
to
dumb
spend
motherfucker.
$300? Yeah, like do you want to spend $300 on somebody to tell you something that is probably incorrect, or do you want to pay like $10 to get maybe it correct? Like, fuck you. What?
Tamlin, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, fucking tampon." But, you know, when you start like researching your own stuff and start doing like the actual divination yourself and learning a little bit about it, you kind of start believing it and you kind of do your own thing, which is what Brandy did. So that's cool. Um, so tarot is an area of divination that is most comfortable with Brandy and myself, to be honest. Like, I still don't know all of the like the card meetings, but I feel comfortable actually like doing readings for people. Maybe not like super in depth, like probably I'm comfortable enough to stick to the past, present, and future. That's about it. I haven't
Yeah, and like
gone
I'm
any
not
further
confident
into
enough that
that.
I would charge someone yet. But
Yeah, no.
so I
Until
store my
I'm
comfortable
comfortable with
and
doing
oracle
the
decks
cross.
in this like gaudy
What do they call those?
orange
Like a
suitcase.
capoodle? A caboodle? Is that what they call those?
No, this is, I mean, I know what you're talking about, but no, this is like luggage, like old school luggage. And that's what I store all my cards decks in.
Oh, that's so vintage.
First of all, what the fuck? Second of all,
I've been
what the
watching a lot
fuck?
of I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of gay TikTok.
Okay, valid.
Specifically
Um,
Mateo Lane.
I cannot with you. Okay,
Listen, he's so funny. Have
I
you ever
don't
seen
know
him?
in that. No, or maybe, but if I did, I don't remember.
He's the guy that's like, um, it's hard to throw a football when you're running in these heels.
No, I don't
He's talking
remember
about his
that
gay
one.
uncle. He's from Chicago. He is of Italian, Irish, and Mexican descent. So he's the trifecta of Catholicism, and he is flamboyant as fuck. And he owns it, and it's so funny. And what is it? He started getting bigger because of that, like it's hard to run when you're running with these heels. But he also made like there's a bit where he talks about he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to go out and do auditions, get in the movies, be a movie star. And I always get calls for this character's name is Zach. He likes to play football. And he looks like a football. Like he looks, I mean, he's like muscled. He looks, you know, rugged. And then he goes, oh, well, Zach's got a story to tell because he can't get rid of his gay voice, is what he calls it. It's so funny. Oh my god, he's
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
Anyways, um so that's where a lot of those things are coming from. But until I back to tarot, sorry. Until I get comfortable enough to do the is it called the cross? The Irish cross? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like
Or the Celtic
it's
cross?
like yeah, that's it. It's like 7 cards all in one, and it's like this is the meaning of this. This is like the feelings you're feeling while you're going from this event to that. Like there's a lot to it, and I'm like, nope, I'll stick to these 3 for right now. Thank you. There's actually a place near me that has like a workbook. It's like tea or it's like coffee and tarot, and it's like a 5-minute journal kind of thing. Like you pick a tarot card and you're like, what does it feel to you, or like what does it mean? It's kind of like a quick like guide. That's kind of cool.
Hmm.
But so the most common tarot deck variation is the Rider Waite deck. So the majority of the tarot cards out there are going to be based off of this. Now they could like look pretty or could look different, and some actually have like yeah, different meanings, which is weird. Like some people are like, "Oh, Jesus. Oh god.
I only have
Hold
4
on."
Rider Waite decks. I just
Where's
went
the
and
rest?
got my
Oh,
suitcase. Shit.
I
Drop my
got
scarf.
this one's a Rider Waite deck. It's just colored pretty. And
Yeah.
then this is actually this is the one you got me, but it's like Mushroom Magic, and it's a tarot deck for Mushroom Magic.
These
I have no
ones
belief in it.
are like a fairy one. I don't remember what their actual name is. I don't have the box anymore. This one's just called the Witch's Tarot. But these are all based on the Rider Waite deck, the Modern Witch, and then the Ink Witch.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then I also have some Oracle decks too
yeah.
that are not
I don't
based on Rider Waite.
to be honest, I don't know where my workbook is. I was gonna grab it, but it's probably out there, and it's not anywhere near me that I can just grab and go.
But I also have this one that you got me, the Legendary Ladies Goddess deck, which is
Oh
a
yeah.
fun one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Then I have the Spirit Animal Oracle
Oh.
and
You
the
know,
Crystal Spirit Oracle, which Ralty has this one. That's what made me buy this one. And then the
I'm
Work Your Light
not.
Oracle.
Ooh, I like that. I'm not very comfortable with like not comfortable like it irks me or whatever. I don't know much about the oracle cards, so but to me it's similar to
I
tarot,
don't
right?
either, but I'm learning. Yeah, it's really similar. They all have different meanings, and the spirit animal and the crystal ones are easier because they have it's a little bit more self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Okay. Um so within the Rider-Waite deck or the tarot decks, there are 78 cards that are split into 2 types. So you have the major arcana and you have the minor arcana. You say arcana or arcana?
I always say Arcana, but in a lot of like YouTubes and TikToks, people say Arcana, so I don't know.
I feel like I say it arcana because if I say arcana, someone's gonna be like Midwest.
Yeah, right.
Like this bitch. So
Yeah.
I feel like I have to change the way I like pronounce words, and they're this bitch is from Chicago. Arcana, like excuse me. No. So but anyways, Arcana. The major Arcana is made up of 22 cards that represent qualities of people, typically like within yourself. So the minor Arcana is made up of 4 suits of the 14 cards that represent people. Um Ew, I just got like you ever get like heartburn right here, like immediate, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
um so you didn't actually write in here which ones are they. So we have um you have the pentacles, or are they pentagrams?
Pentacles.
Pentacles. I always
And
call
then
it pentagrams because they mine are pentacles. um you have, you know what, we're gonna go for it, I don't care.
cups.
Cups. Yeah. You have cups, you have wands,
Swords.
swords, pentacles, yes.
And
um
either I think that swords and wands are like the interchangeable. Like sometimes it's swords, sometimes it's wands. And
yeah,
then also sometimes sometimes it's knights and sometimes it's
knights,
page.
pages, yeah. Well, some people said that you can actually take like a deck of um like a
If
regular
you
like
take just the minor arcana, it can be a regular card deck.
yeah, and that's basically what it is. But yeah, each one means a little bit something different.
Swords, pentacles, cups,
And each like depending on like what
and
questions
wands.
you're
Oh, okay. Never
asking,
mind.
yeah, depending on which questions you're asking,
we can
or
we can speak. Words are hard.
right, will depend on what they say. A lot of people believe that pentacles remind them of money, and so like depending on the question that's asked or whatever can
And
will
some
depend.
decks will even call it coins instead of pentacles.
Yeah. um mine my deck calls it pentacles, but like cups are my I think my deck literally calls them like abundance, so like what you have in your life kind of thing. um Swords, they talk a lot about like not death but like severing ties or something like that. And I also feel like the wands could be something used along those lines, but they are actually, I honestly I feel like it's more like not ruling, um but something similar to that, you know. But we
Yeah.
have so we have a few of so you have four suits of those specific four suits of 14 cards, and they represent people, events, and other things that can happen in your life. um the major arcana, there's quite a bit of those, and I'm trying to like filter through them so I have them. But we have the Hanged Man, you have the Temperance, you have the World, you have the Devil, the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune, the what? Do I have two devil ones? Oh,
The
Death.
chariot. Oh yeah.
Death, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Fool, the Emperor, the Magician. What else do we got? Oh,
And
we
with
got
the Rider
Strength,
Waite deck,
apparently.
um, the cards in order because all the cards are numbered. Like the Fool is, I believe,
Mm.
0. Um, the cards are supposed to tell a story, starting with the Fool and going all the way through. I
Oh, I
actually
didn't
just
know
got a
that.
book. Yeah, it's like the Fool's Journey. I actually just got a book that talks about it because I was thinking that might be an easier way for me to learn the cards a little bit better.
Yeah,
Um,
like think of it as a story.
yeah, so I we might have to go delve back into that later. Um, once I
Yeah, that'd
read
be
that
cool.
book, and there's like 5 books. There's the major arcana, and then there's like the 4 suits, and it's the Fool's Journey through the tarot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I found my other ones. We have Judgment, Strength, the Chariot, the Sun, the Star, and the Tower. Every time I do like a tarot deck like reading or whatever, I always seem to get the Tower in it. And a lot of people, I actually took an acting class where a few times he would bring in his tarot deck and he would hand it to you and he would be like, all right, how do you like, what do you think this means, and act like it, and then like you kind of give him an idea of what you think the tarot card means, and then he would read out the meaning according to like the booklet that's involved. and then he would actually like tell you to act out a scene based on this card. And it was actually really cool. It was an easy way to kind of like learn the cards. And I always enjoyed getting the tower because you could always do it both like several different ways, and it could either be a really powerful scene or it could be um like a very sad like soapy kind of scene. So that was always cool to do. But let's see. And every deck in the card has a name, number, image, zodiac, affinity, and a keyword. They are basically everything that should be considered while you're doing a reading. So it's all the reading process is very unique to the reader, but there's steps that the reader should follow in their own way. So you need to cleanse the deck first, and then infuse that deck with the energy of the person. Sorry, I have indigestion problems. So, um, so you need to cleanse the deck first. You could use that with sage. You can do that like some people are just like putting like if they touch the cards, they feel that they're cleansing the cards of like previous energy or whatever. And then you're going to try to get the energy of the person that's reading them. It's really hard to do this for somebody who is like during COVID, I tried to get a couple of tarot card readings and I couldn't actually touch the cards because of COVID. So it's really hard to like trust the judgment on that. So maybe do it with somebody who's okay with you touching their stuff if there's another pandemic, so be careful. Um but got to try to get the energy on the cards that way that energy that's being read is yours and not anybody else's. Um so they could do it in different ways. But basically you could just shuffle the cards. My deck card, the my gigantic tarot Rider Waite deck, it's hard to shuffle these. There it's made with like a specific kind of material that I can't actually like do like a typical card deck. So I like to just kind of toss them on the ground and filter them all up and like try to touch all the cards and then put it in like a nice bundle prior to doing something. Like when we do our tarot of the year thing, that's what I do. I get it all prepared and then I put it all together and I'm like, okay, I'm the last person to touch it. They're good to go. So you can do it however you feel calls you to it. Sometimes when you shuffle it too, that kind of helps pop out a card as long as you're thinking about what you're thinking. So like if you're doing like a tarot of the year thing, like you got to think about January and like what card comes to you, and if as you're shuffling, a card could pop up and that would technically be considered the card for that month. It's really hard though when you get like 2 or 3 cards coming out, because then I'm like, okay, do I like are these the cards that are happening for that month, or do I pick one of these 3 cards, like whichever one calls to me for that month? So use it with your discretion, however you want to do it, and like don't make it overcomplicated. It's not worth that stress. Don't do that. Um, but depending on the spread is also going to depend on the kind of reading. The more cards, obviously, the more complex they are. I think there are like 5 different ways you could read cards. The most common and the most simplistic one would be the past, present, and future. So you place 3 cards down. They each represent the past, present, and future of like either your life or something that you're asking questions for. Like, I need guidance on jobs. Like, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for like a new location to live in, like just things that you just want some clarification on. Um, the 3 would be the most simplistic of them all. Uh, and then once the cards are chosen based on the purpose of their reading, the reader will then interpret the cards based on what they are seeing, and then the client will be able to apply the interpretation to their life following with their own tuition. So I mean, as with a lot of things, it's all based up on your own intuition, however you want to interpret them. Some people will literally just look at a card and then just be like, huh, that looks like heartbreak to me. And then just assume that card means heartbreak. And that's how they do it. And that's kind of how they get more familiar with the cards. I am not that kind of person. I will think of like 18 different scenarios for a picture of a card, and I can't do that. I'm not doing that. So, no, thank you. Um, but yeah, so anyone can do a reading for anybody as long as they understand what's going on. You can do your own reading. And they use this in their daily practice. There's actually a vendor here that I get a lot of my cool stuff from, and I'm actually going to show you some of my runes. And I got that from the maker, and she makes these cute little tarot card or tarot of the day, and it's got like this cute little it either has like a picture on it or like words on it or whatever, but it's like a tarot card holder. So like if you do tarot a day, you can pick that card up and place it there, and that's your tarot of the day, and then you can like reminisce on it or whatever throughout the day. She also has like the 3 card spread, so it's longer, so you could do like the 3 cards, so that's kind of cool. And I think she also makes like holders your for your tarot cards. And yeah, like that. Actually, just like that. Yeah, just like what Brandy held up. And also she made these cute little things. It's technically a dice holder. Like you put like a dice in it for like D&D days. It's my little fox. But I have my gigantic Moldavite. Moldavite? It's either Moldavite or Malachite, something like that. I don't know. I have my gigantic, wonderful thing in here. But anyways, do. But yeah, you're not talking. You're muted. You've been muted for a while. No, I can't hear you. Oh, you know what? It might actually be me. I'll just unplug my thing and plug it back in, and I'll still talk. But yeah, you can do a simple 1 card pull, just so that you can actually get like answers to your basic questions and all that. No, I think it's you. I still don't hear you. Yeah, I don't know. I think you muted it when you got up to go like tell the dog no or something. And then that was it. While Brandy fixes that, she can come back to her comment, because I know she was trying to say something and she couldn't. But I'm gonna move on to palmistry. So I actually have a book on palmistry. It is a nice little thing, and I got it from Barnes and Noble. That's why I don't go into Barnes and Noble, because I walk out with a bunch of shit that I don't fucking need. Like, I went to Barnes and Noble. Yeah, like that. I went to Barnes and Noble like a while back. I had a free day and I had the car, and because like we're a 1 car family, and I I sent a lot of people a Snapchat, and I was like, I'm about to do some stupid shit, do da, do da, and it's just Barnes and Noble in the fucking background, and I'm just getting closer to it. And I did a lot of stupid shit. I got a giant cupcake, I got some food, I got like 5 books, I got some pens, things I, shouldn't have, but I did anyways, and I was so excited for him. But anyways, oh, and I got a magazine because Brandy was like, "Go get this magazine." I was like, "Okay, here we go." And then of course I walked past like the spiritual aisle, and I was like, "Ugh, look at all these books I need," and I was like, "Oh, I got 10 minutes to get to work. I gotta go." But anyways, so I got this cute little palmistry book from Barnes and Noble. It is literally called A Little Bit of Palmistry, an introduction to palm reading. And it's really, really nice because it's got like detailed, sorry, I gotta figure out how I'm doing this. It's got like detailed chapters on like how to define what a line is, and like it's kind of got this decent little like description of each line on your hand, and how to find it, what it means, how to interpret it, and it actually like has like blank pages in here that you can like kind of draw your own. Like you can kind of draw your own hands. That way you can like study it, and it kind of shows you each thing. So like how to keep a journal, so you kind of understand what each one mean and kind of learn it as you go, or like developing your expertise. So it's kind of a nice little book if you want some introduction and you kind of need like an all-in-one. There's obviously other books out there that like bring it into like more expert levels. But this I honestly think this is a nice little like intro guide. But anyway, so with palmistry, it's reading the lines on your hand. There are some lines that stay the same throughout your entire lifetime, and other things that change over the years based on external factors. Your hand shape indicates the basis of your character and is based on the four elements of water, earth, fire, and air. And if I know some witches don't believe in palmistry and like others like abide by it, but in witchcraft you're going to see a lot of the four elements, um water, earth, fire, and air. And some people actually will see like not like they'll agree with like the spirit being part of it as well, because it's like you as a person. Oh my god, you're back. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good. I don't know what the hell happened.
I don't know. You like muted yourself, so I think go to Odin to like stop talking.
Yeah.
And then you like never came back. And the thing is like your name never like went red as if you were muted. You just were there. Um
Yeah, and it said that I was not muted on my end, and it said that my microphone was off. I don't know. What I was gonna say about tarot is that it's interesting to have different readers, because I was like a diehard. I only went to one person to do my tarot readings, and then I happened to go to a Shadowwork journal group, and a different person was there doing readings for free, based on our Shadowwork journal, and I had never seen, like, Ralty never did this, but she knocks on her cards before she
oh,
draws
yeah.
one. I'd never seen that before, so it's really interesting to see different people.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
I have an adorable little palmistry thing that Emily got me.
yeah. Guess where I got that? Not Barnes and Noble.
TJ Maxx.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's either TJ Maxx or World Market. World Market's got this like cute little location here too that's got like TJ Maxx like little artsy fartsy finds.
Oh, well,
But
this says TJ Maxx on it.
oh, okay, so yeah, it was TJ Maxx. Listen, those are two places I don't walk into because I walk in, I black out, and I come out, and that's it.
I swear, TJ Maxx and Marshalls are like that.
Oh my god, yes. Um,
Got this cute little
so
book.
right, I was like, I got a cute little book. Maybe she needs a cute little book. um, so basically, there's four main lines that are gonna stay with you for their like your forever. You were born with it, you're gonna keep it forever. It's the lifeline, the heartline, the headline, and the destiny line. I don't hear anything, so whatever you hear, I don't hear.
He's
Um,
asking to go outside.
oh, I thought I heard somebody talk. Odin, no.
Okay, keep
um,
talking about palmistry. I'll be right back.
it's fine. I can do it. Um, okay, anyway, so the lifeline describes the life and journey and lifestyle. The heartline tells you about your love life and relationships. The headline tells you how your mind works, and the destiny line reveals your career direction. You know what? I didn't know that about four. I'm about to find out though. But anyways, um, so lines, bumps, and pads can change over time, and that can change a palm reading. Every person has a major hand and a minor hand. Your major hand is your dominant hand, and it reveals your life journey and your personality and behavior, and to any events or influences that may change your life. Your minor hand shows your hidden talents or inner desires. So I'm right-handed, so my major hand is my right hand, and my minor hand would be my left. That's cool. I didn't know that. I also, to be honest, I think I have some undiagnosed mental health condition because I struggle starting things without somebody telling me to start it or being on top of me saying, do it. So there's my problem. So I actually haven't read that. So that's actually pretty cool. Um, Anyway, so the lines in your hands will give you more detailed answers to specific questions. The four lines, again, are the lifeline, the heart line, and the headline, and the destiny line. So those lines are going to kind of tell you based on, I guess, whichever line you're trying to interpret, whether it's going to be like the journey you're on, the career direction, your love and relationships, blah blah blah. And I don't know how true this is. Again, I haven't read my palmistry book. I also don't think it's very witchcraft like directed, but there's some people out there that will say like if you have like three lines. And here's the thing too, I honestly didn't know that your dominant hand and your minor hand like represent specific things. So, well, you had the opportunity to leave earlier.
Lily.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to leave earlier and you said no. Here we are. I don't know what to tell you. If you just lay down, we'll be done and I can let you go. Children, am I right?
Girl.
So there's been things I've read where it's like if you have three lines on like right below like your pinky finger, now again I don't know which hand, but something, it says that you come from like a line of witchcraft. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I got a lot of Catholic in my family and a lot of burn the witches in my family, so it's not any, if I do have it, it's like Celtic druidry, back in the homeland kind of witchcraft. It's not anything near and dear right now. So that's, I mean, I when I read that, I thought that was pretty cool. So okay, we got a few more to get through. We spent a lot of time on on
Tarot. Because we know the most about it.
Yeah, I also am getting into a lot of runes. So it's probably gonna be blurry when I pop this up, but that's okay. So this is not a custom made runes. Sorry, I got to do the makeup thing. It's not a custom made rune set. I went to. It's one of those. She doesn't have a shop. She's like a vendor that shows up to various things,
like festivals,
and festivals. Yeah. And I went in there because did you hear that?
I did. I actually heard her when I went to go check on Odin.
Nice.
She's being very vocal right now. Lily would like you to know how she's feeling about it.
Can I help you? Do you want?
She said, "Yes, actually, you could help me, Mom. Why are you not helping
If
me?"
I open that door, your father's gonna poke around the corner like, "Is it time to love me yet?" And I'm gonna say, "No." Are you recording? Yes. And then he's gonna walk away. But I need you to lay down. Yes, go lay down. So she's based out of Somerville, South Carolina. It is oh fuck, as soon as I went to go say the name, it went away. Of course it did. But I really just like want to support her and do anything that I can to get her her products. And I like, she sells sage, she does woodworking, she sells what is it, like little keychains, the aha, there it is. She sells like candles, like little votive holders. She is now making like D&D based stuff. So I went in there and I saw that she had runes, and I found there was like 3 rune sets left, and it was weird. I saw one that was kind of weird. It had like, it was just like psychedelic awkward. I was like, all right, that's one of my friends, Hannah. Like, that's a Hannah to a T. And she loves runes. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this for her. And then I saw another one. I was like, this one's mine because it's got seashells. It's blue like the ocean. I was like, this one's mine. And then the other one had like flowers, like Hawaiian based flowers. Everyone is freaking out.
What is wrong with the animals right now?
They're getting ready for the eclipse.
Okay, guess.
If anyone hasn't noticed, oh, my lens is popping out. Some chaotic fucking energy here. And then I found another one, and that last one was my friend Fee to a T, because it was very like Hawaiian flowery based to me. And I was like, yep, that one's hers. Okay, well, I'm spending a lot of money today. Let's go. And it's cool too because if you spend like a certain amount of money, you can actually like pick a rune and like she'll tell you about what it means. So I picked my own rune and I got like the directional one. And she's like, you can use this directional rune and like kind of flip it like a coin. So that's cool. But anyways, um so here's some runes. This is a resin based rune, so it's got like little seashells in it. It's cool. The company is called White Willow Trading Company. She is very, very sweet. She's a very cool person to talk to and just get to like know. And she does everything handmade, so it's unique decor, handmade spiritual wares, nerdy goods, all of that. And she actually gets her sage from actual like Native American tribes. So it's not like she sources it out appropriately. So that's really cool. Um but anyways, so in the past, runes were used to invoke the gods and to create talismans. Many witches still use them in a way for fortune telling. Telling,
Fortune telling. You
fortune
wanted to
telling.
say Arcana was gonna make you seem Midwestern.
Yeah, fortune. Fort. God damn it! Now I'm thinking about it too hard. Fortune telling with runes has become increasingly popular over time. So the runic alphabet consists of 24 symbols that each have a unique meaning. These runes are often written or burned into small stones, bones, or wood pieces. The majority of the time, you're going to see them in like wood pieces because that's what the original sets were always made out of, or stones. And then when it comes to casting the runes for a reading, it is done similarly to drawing a tarot spread. You draw your runes from your pouch that feel the right place and like you kind of put them in the spread. You can also choose 3 runes and lightly toss them in front of you. The one closest to you is the current influence. The next one is future influences. And the furthest one is the outcome, which I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I also don't have any books on runes, which is probably a good thing because I don't need to spend more money at the moment. And we can go more into runes later. There, when I and look at this cute little keychain it came with. But like literally, there's obviously all the runes in there, and you can kind of see them, and they're like all based on different things. I'm trying to do a rune a day though. I fell off the bandwagon for a bit, but yeah. So that's my current little obsession I'm working on right now. Um, and runes come from, I wouldn't say Norse, but like Icelandic
Okay. Yeah.
area, like Norwegia. Ever watched the Cinderella story? Norwegian area, Iceland, Greenland, Finland. Listen, it's been a stressful day for me. And I've just been running off anxiety for like the last 2 weeks. So please, for the love of God, excuse me. Anyways, Brandy fitzed out. Oh, there she is. I can't hear you. Anyways, so listen, I have never said Norwegia in my life. The only time I've ever heard Norwegia being used has been in. You can't hear me either. Oh, okay. I can read your lips at least. Um, I shouldn't say that one out loud. Ooh, I love that word. um, it's from a Cinderella story when she's like, "Get that fish from Norwegia." Oh my god, that shit is so funny. Anyways. Okay. Well, we got a couple more things to go through.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know what the fuck. Well, I do know what's happening actually. It's this fucking um USB extender thing that I have. It's
Oh,
not working,
listen,
and I'm about
as
to
soon as
throw it
I
out the fucking window.
as soon as I saw the Norwegian comment, I just saw your face just stop, and I was like, "God, she," and I could just see the like the disappointment on your face, and it wasn't going away because you froze, and I was like, "There it is." Oh, damn it. That's so funny. Anyways, all right, two more. And then I could be done talking. It's probably not a good idea for me to talk this week, but anyways, numerology. So numerology is is based on, you guessed it, numbers.
Listen, fuck you, bitch. I
You
feel
ever
like the
just
way
write?
you said it and the way I wrote it is not the same. It's not how I said it in my head when I wrote that.
It's the same vibes though. Here's something too. You ever like start off like I don't know if it's just the American system, but I feel like every or maybe it's just like the fact that we came from really small towns. But like I feel like our education system has literally taught us how to enrapture your audience
Dude,
with
attention
names.
getters was like a whole month worth of English class.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here like I sound like I'm a fucking idiot.
Right? Like I'm like on a game show host or some stupid shit.
Right? Like when I first did my first blog post, it was like, when you think of this, and I was like, fucking gag me. And then when I like started reading your divination tools, I was like, yeah, that's a Midwest thing, I think. I don't know. It's something. When you think of a witch, you probably think of what is the fuck is wrong with us? Anyways, I'm sure Will's gonna have some smart ass comment to say when he hears this. Okay, anyways, put the, put the
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras. No, that's not how you pronounce it.
Well, that's how I
Randall.
pronounce it.
Pythagoras is actually Pythagoras if you play Assassin's Creed.
Is it the Pythagorean theory then?
Yeah, actually.
That's
Pythagorean.
not how we were taught to say it in the Midwest, okay?
Yeah, that's not the Greek way to say it. But anyways, um so he created the Pythagorean alphabet, which assigns to every letter a number 1 to 9. So you don't see that table. But 1 through 8 have 3 letters each, and then 9 has 2 because there's only 26 letters in the alphabet. Anyways, so you could use words such as your name to add up the numbers until you get the single number. And this is the thing that's been on TikTok where it's just like how compatible you are with like your significant other, and then you like add both of your not add both of your names, but you like take both of your names and you cross out all the similarity, or like you cross out all the ones that are similar or something like that, and you like take the numbers, like if there's 3 I's in your name, like you take those 3 I's and you write down a 3, and then you like make it down into like a pyramid, like an upside down pyramid thing, and then the ending number is like the percentage of like how compatible you guys are together based on your names. I feel like that's the idea behind, or I think that's like they're trying to get the numerology idea behind it. That's not how it's supposed to be. But yeah, so anyways, you use your name such as your name to add up the numbers until you get a single number. This number will tell you something about your life based on the question being asked. So each number has a planet, lucky crystal, and keyword associated with it. Um man, I am a fucking mess today. Every person has 4 significant numbers in their life. A destiny number is your life journey and is worked out from the date of your birth. You can't change this number, and it will explain what you expect in life, and it suggests your career path. Okay. Okay. Are we going to learn how to do that then? Your personality number is worked out from your name using the Pythagorean. Did you see my lips? I almost said theorem. Alphabet. It can be changed if you change your name or are given a nickname or professional name, like doctor.
I don't know.
When I hear professional name, all I can think of is like RN or doctor.
We're very different because I was like, I don't know, like Cookie, like a stripper name.
I was also thinking like, you know how Emily Blunt's name is like Elizabeth, or no, Emma Stone's name is actually Emily, but she goes by Emma
Yeah.
because there's another Emily Stone already. That's kind of like the idea. I was thinking like a professional name, so like
Yeah.
my professional persona is this kind of thing. Like that's what I was thinking. This number describes your character and how you relate to people. Your secret number is calculated by only the vowels in your name. EIY. Sorry, I was not counting correctly, apparently. How many do you have?
2.
2? Um. Okay. It reveals your secret desires and ideals. It is also said to reveal what kind of lover you are. Kinky. Your expression number.
I didn't write that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
It's implied. Your expression number is made up of only the consonants in your name. This number describes how you express yourself and whether you are introverted or extroverted. Still doesn't me. I want to know how to do this. Numerology sounds fun. I see a lot of numerology things. Actually. Nope, I don't have one. Oh, what is that? Oh, no, that is not. Okay. I was like, oh, I actually have another book and it's about oracles. No, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was about oracle cards. Anyways, so I'm gonna have to do more research on numerology. That is kind of cool. Like, so like I can type out like write out my name, but like when it says like the secret number, it's your consonants. Not no. What? Vowels. Yeah. Um, but like if I do that, it's like 5, 9, and 7. So like 597 or like 5, 9, and 7. Or do
You
I?
add
Oh
them
no, I
together.
add them up, and that's it.
And then you keep adding them together until you have a 1-digit number.
See, I'm stupid, and I think I have a processing disorder because I just now got that.
It's fine. I do have a processing disorder. It's not that kind of processing disorder. It's a sensory processing disorder, but it's fine.
I go to the doctor next week.
The
I go to
doctor.
the doctor next week. I don't even have a lisp, and I just talk like I do. I'm gonna go to the doctor next week, and I'm gonna see uh what what she says. I was like, babe, I don't want a trauma dump, but I feel like I'm going to. He's like, well, you got to tell us the
Do
truth,
it.
right? So like, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, my secret number is 3. That's my birthday. What does 3 mean? I got
I
5 minutes, and that's what I'm
don't know.
working on. 3 in numerology. Which, speaking of, this isn't going to air, and I'm really sad it's not going to air earlier considering we're talking about numerology, but today is 4/4.
2024.
Yeah, but it's like 444.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does 4 mean? Ew. Wait, number 3 belongs to Jupiter. The people who belong to number 3 are knowledgeable, religious, and understanding. What? What does number 3 holds spiritual meaning in life? Oh, apparently that's I'm in the closet about that. That's fucked up. All right, enough
Well.
about numerology. I'm getting fucking roasted. Okay, that was my secret desires and ideals.
The universe has something to tell you.
Maybe I should just go look at my palm because that shit changes. I grew up religious, so not now. In a different capacity, I guess. But whatever. Anyways, pendulums. With a picture of Brandy's pendulum. I
Speaking of
see
that
pendulums
pendulum,
all the time, and I think they're so pretty. But you got to put the hand behind it. We got to be influencers. All right, let's tap it. Tap it with your nail.
what the fuck?
It's like you watch those TikTok things and they're just tapping everything. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. But anyway,
What is happening?
I didn't realize I was in fucking Britain.
What? Brittany just like drove by the house and then like back down the street. I don't know what's happening. Anyway,
It's
continue.
fine. Lily's like doing a drive-by behind me. I see her go one way, and then a little later I just see her go back. But anyways, so pendulums can be made of many different materials. They can be as elaborate or basic as you choose. So Brandy's personal pendulum is agate on a silver chain cut into a faceted pattern. They can be as simple as a ring tied to a piece of string. Actually, isn't that a thing? Like where they're just like, if it circles, you're like gonna have like a girl baby, and then if it
Yeah.
swings, you're gonna
I
have
think that's a
like a boy.
pencil, right? Like the pencil test.
Maybe, I don't know. It's
I don't know
shit
either.
Christians do that.
Who's actually pagan?
Yeah, because I feel like that's at like pretty much every single one of my religious family members like baby showers. I'm sitting here like,
Yeah.
aren't you like foretelling the future?
This is divination, bitch.
You're not a prophet. um the important thing is that it feels right in your hand and that you feel a connection to the pendulum. You ask the pendulum a yes or no question. The only 4 possible answers are yes, no, unknown, or ask again. Oh, so it's like a magic 8 ball. That's fun. They also make tapestry kind of stuff in a way that you can like lay down and you can like ask it a question as it's like hanging above you, and it like does that for you. So you
Yeah,
will
I
hold
have a like cardboard disc. Well, like not
the,
cardboard, but yeah.
a little disc of some sort, yeah. So you will hold the pendulum still over a flat surface, and while putting your energy into the universe, you ask your question. The pendulum will begin to move slowly at first, but can gain quite a lot of momentum. Again, be careful not to move your hand as to not fuck up your energy and fake your answer. You want the energy of the universe to move the pendulum and not not your shaky arms. You will need to test your pendulum with the question you know the answer to in order to figure out what kind of swing is yes or no for you. For example, I could ask the pendulum, am I sitting down? Yes or no. So I would say if you're looking to get into the realm of divination, I would say tarot and pendulums would be probably the easiest one because it's not. Tarot normally has like a booklet that you can look at. I mean, you can do numerology, um, but also with numerology, there's a lot of different sources out there, so you just got to figure out which one you trust the most. Um, and then runes are not necessarily difficult, but there's a lot of different symbols, and each one's is pronounced like a specific way. Um, And so again, it's like tarot, you just got to have it, you know, a book with you to do that. And palmistry is obviously kind of difficult. Not difficult, but anyways. Um well, it's difficult because you don't know what the lines mean and all of that, and you're trying to research it, but like look at your hand, that kind of stuff. But so those are some of the divination techniques that people are found out there. There's like other ones like throwing bones,
Astrology.
yeah, astrology, um, like tea reading is one of them.
Yep.
Um, but these are just some basis ones that like can get you started into your divination realm, which is really fun and cool. Um, and so yeah, we're gonna try to do a small little series on each one of these and like what they mean and how to decide it and do whatever. It's a WIP. It's a work in progress. Hello. Um, but yeah, other than that, once you like get comfortable with all this, you can actually write it down in your own personal book of spells, your grimoire, and that way you actually are able, um, like to recall all of this information for you instead of like looking online for all the answers. You can actually go back into your tiny little book and then you're like creating your own spell book. You could pass it on to family members, to friends, to anybody that you want. But yeah, so that's fun. Um, Brandy used all of this information from her personal grimoire. And also, she got a lot of it from, not a lot of it, but some of it from the book, The Fortune Telling Directory by Isabella Drayson. So there's another cool resource for you to use on top of, you know, any tarot deck that you have. You can get a book on runes, a book on palmistry, all of that cool stuff to kind of get your goods going. So yeah, that's divination introduction at least. So yeah, until next time.
Bye.